If you haven't been drinking German wines, you've been missing out on a whole lot. Yes, there's a lot of Blue Nun that's floating out there in the market, which might have given you the impression that all German wines are sweet and of not so good quality, but trust me, you've got it all wrong. Did you know that Germany imports 1.5 times its wine production volume, making it the world's second largest wine importer after America? Perhaps they've been drinking the better wines and exporting the lesser quality stuff. According to the OIV, and who is the OIV? They're just the most credible data and grape source ever. The International Organization of Vine and Wine comprises of 49 member countries and oversees matters related to grape production for all purposes, including wine. Here are some staggering facts to blow your mind. In 2022, America, with a population of 338.3 million, consumed 34 million hectoliters of wine, making the average consumption per person 10.1 liters. Germany, on the other hand, with a population of 83.4 million, consumed a whopping 19.4 million hectoliters, making the average consumption per person 23.3 liters. In the world of wines, where it's all about location, location, and location, as we've learned from Wine Tales videos, How to Read Wine Labels Parts 1 and 2, welcome to Germany, the land of precision and engineering, where they take things to a whole new level. Here, they've taken a sweet approach, literally. Did you know that Germany has a unique legal wine classification system where quality is determined by the ripeness of grapes at the time of harvest? In most parts of the world, wine classifications have always been focused on geography and prestige of vineyards, such as those of the Grand and Premier Crus of Burgundy and in Bordeaux, entire estates. The top tier of German wines, Prädikats wine, measures quality by the sweetness levels of the grapes at the time of harvest. It's taken Germany half a century to legally recognize the importance of vineyard location. Prior to that, top quality wines could come from anywhere and everywhere in the country, provided they met with the minimum sugar levels for the respective categories. And it all made sense back in the day, and here's why. German quality wine regions are nestled in some of the northernmost corners of the world, where once upon a time, grapes struggled to ripen under those chilly conditions. But hold your grapes, because global warming has shaken things up, including that of the wine world. But that's another wine tale for another time. I will, however, share a curious wine law of the European Union that's also practiced in certain parts of America that will leave you surprised, if not a tad skeptical. In the chilliest vineyards of northern regions, where grapes grapple with uncooperative weather, winemakers have an unusual legal card up their sleeves. It's a practice that divides opinions and raises eyebrows. The controversial technique known as capitalization or must enrichment. They can add a touch of sugar to the grape juice before fermentation begins. It's like giving those grapes a little boost so the yeast have enough food to convert into alcohol. Most of the finest wine producers worldwide give capitalization the cold shoulder. Countries like Australia, Argentina, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and even Germany's prestigious Prädikats wine steers clear of this practice. They prefer the grapes to dance to Mother Nature's tune without any sugary interventions. But back to the grapes in Germany. As grapes ripen, 3 magical things happen. Firstly, the sugars start piling up, a phenomenon known as sugar ripeness. Second, those luscious aromas and flavors start bursting in the berries. And third, acidity takes a dip as sugars rise. But here's the twist. In warmer climates, grapes may rush to reach sugar ripeness so fast that they miss out on their full potential of tantalizing aromas and flavors. And that's where Germany comes in with its vinous wizardry. In these northern realms, they employ meticulous measures in the vineyards to give those grapes the much-needed extra chill time on the vines. This way, they achieve both sugar and flavor ripeness whilst keeping their zingy acidity intact. It's a delicate balance which can lead to wines of the greatest quality. And how on earth do they pull that off? Well, my fellow wine enthusiasts, there's no one size fits all. It's a symphony of factors. Aspect, slopes, vineyard management, soils, proximity to bodies of water, they all play a role. Imagine those vineyards perched on slopes, basking in the sunlight. The direction they face, which is called their aspect, determines just how much sunshine and warmth they soak up. It's like choosing a house based on the direction that the rooms face. It's not just for feng shui, you know. And have you ever wondered why vineyards are located close to bodies of water such as rivers? From the ginormous River Rhine to Tinsier Mosel, they all play a crucial role in grape growing. They soak up the daytime heat and gently radiate it back to the vines at night, like cozy blankets for grapevines. Not only that, but slopes and rivers also shield the vines from frosty dangers, safeguarding their health and longevity. This is one of the key reasons why vineyards in the cooler parts of the wine world are planted on slopes to prevent frost formation. And if you'd like to learn more about the importance of bodies of water to wines, do check out my video up here. In vineyards such as the Pfalz, the vines stand tall, trellised vertically, eager to embrace the sun's rays. As harvest draws near, some leaves are trimmed off or deleafed to expose the grapes to even more golden light. Talk about sun-kissed goodness. And let's not forget the soils, especially in regions like Mosel. The famous blue slate soil becomes a warm, loving hug for the vines. It absorbs, retains, and reflects heat and warmth, creating a cozy microclimate for those precious grapes to ripen to perfection. And if you haven't heard of blue slate soils, I've got you covered with the most important soils in key wine regions with my video up here. Let's talk about the 6 categories. In rank of ascending order in terms of sweetness levels, they are Cabernet, Spätlese, which simply translates into late harvest, so you can picture why, Auslese, Beerenauslese, ice wine, and Trockenbeerenauslese. The wines from Beerenauslese up to Trockenbeerenauslese range from sweet to ultra-sweet and even luscious, but always balanced with zinging acidity. From Auslese down to Cabernet, the wines can be bone dry all the way through to sweet. By the way, a similar approach is adopted in Austria, seeing as how they were once upon a time part of the same country and still share the same language. So whether you prefer a bone-dry Riesling or a lusciously sweet Gewürztraminer, or you're simply adventurous to try that Pinot Noir ice wine, Germany's Prädikatswein category has a wine that's calling out your name. Since 2021, both concepts of sweetness and location have been merged. So essentially, the German government is saying, yes, sweetness is still important, but so is vineyard location. Another quality pyramid for single vineyards has been introduced, dedicated solely to dry wines. At the bottom are single vineyards, followed by Oesters Gewachs, which can be likened to the Premier Cru sites of Burgundy. And at the top are Grosses Gewachs, which are somewhat similar to Burgundy's Grand Crus. Congratulations to the OTW, or the Traditional Wine Estates of Austria, for the landmark passing of the Wine Law Collective Decree 2023 several days ago, which finally allows for the legal classification of Austrian vineyard sites as Österlager, akin to Premier Crus, and Grosslager, Grand Crus. It's taken them 3 long decades of tenacity and patience, so kudos. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of why German wines are that little bit more special. So the next time you're out shopping for wines, be sure to give the Prädikatsweins of Germany a fair chance, and I guarantee you they will not disappoint. Proust to the outstanding wines of Germany.